Well, we have a team of U.S. scientists that have conducted a potentially revolutionary research project in terms of CERN and the standard model of science. And this is basically the theory on how particles interact. This is a team from the University of Maryland that have studied the behavior of leptons. And leptons are these tiny subatomic particles that form the building blocks of all of the universe. Now, they know about these leptons. They are highly unstable and they decay fast. But there's been another force messing with them, so to speak. This is what they're saying, that they haven't been able to get a bead on. So what they're seeing is they're seeing something. This is what they're saying. They're seeing this new force is out here manipulating things. And they haven't put their finger on it or given it a name or proven exactly what it is. But they're going down the same path here that they did with the Higgs boson, as they were getting all this information and they were predicting we're going to find it with CERN, and sure enough, they did. They proved the Higgs boson to be real. Now, the standard model says that the world interacts with all leptons in the same way. What they're coming to find out is that may not be the case. So once again, we have new science, new data coming in saying that the standard model may not be the standard model for too much longer. They're hinting, in my opinion, at some big finds here. Now, there's been a lot of talk about CERN. There's always going to be a lot of talk about CERN. The mystery, the science behind it, just the massive technology here at this massive underground complex where they are smashing these particles together. And I've got to say that one interesting thing that I've taken out of this is that there's been many references to the smashing of particles in all of this and opening up a window in space-time, a portal, if you will, a stargate. And what's very odd is that many of the places that I found the science referencing, even in movies, clips, shows, referencing a stargate, it almost always has to do with a device that smashes protons or something of that nature, runs particles together. And in that one most recent video clip for a show that was pulled and never even made it to air, it was called Rewind, they did just that. She started off in an area that looked just like CERN. And they say, you're standing in the world's largest particle collider. And we jacked this thing up higher than it's ever been. And the next thing we know, this window opened. And to me, CERN has every bit of that potential. As crazy as it may sound, it has every bit of it. And I like to think along the lines of, the military, this military-industrial complex, they're 10, 20 years, not further ahead of us in technology. But what it seems to be to me here is that they're saying just that. This new study may overturn the standard model of physics. That's big. And you should be prepared for a big announcement somewhere coming down the pike here in terms of all this. Because what I'm getting out of this is they're saying there's a mystery force here that's now affecting these leptons and the speed of everything that's going on. And once they make that announcement on that mystery force, that can then be plugged into equations, and I think it's going to be really a big time game changer. I think that's what they're hinting at here. And it's not just one or two different studies here. There's been several different studies that have shown and pointed that the standard model is not holding up. And all it really takes is new proof to change that or add to that. And you have to think about it. We're constantly growing. We're constantly learning. Things are going to change. You're going to have to add to the model to get it to grow bigger, to see the bigger picture. You see? Problem is we're kept in the dark about most of this stuff. But it seems to me that they can't keep all of it in the dark for much longer. They're not going to be able to explain some of these big finds to the masses without explaining how it's done. And in doing so, they're going to have to explain some new forces in nature. That seems what they're hinting at to me. Anyhow, I'll leave a link, keep you guys posted as I come across more. But CERN and anything like it out there, very interesting, to say the least. It's been Dabu7.